First of all, we're going to talk about the tools, and then we'll get into the materials. And now the first section of the tools, because I don't want this to be overwhelming, because it's, believe it or not near as overwhelming than sometimes it seems. Like, as we get into things that we just talked about, the different kind of tiles, and you know, sometimes I went on and on about all the different types of tiles, what they do, and this and that. It's not nearly as daunting as what it seems. I just want to make sure that you're really informed and you understand the difference between this and that, and you know, spending a lot of money, not spending as much money, and how it can work with you, your budget, your style, the way you like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you first off exactly the tools you need. Like that there's really no, you know, should I or shouldn't I. These will be the tools that you absolutely need. And there's really not that much. I imagine that you'll have a fair bit of them even at home, like even right now. And if not, you can find them, a lot of times you can find them at like garage sales, thrift stores, that kind of thing. There's some you'll need to buy new, but in the end it will not cost you that much. And that's really nice to know that you don't need to go out and buy, you know, $3,000 worth of tools or whatever in some of the other jobs. So I'm just going to give you that first overview of what you need, and then from there we'll stem off, and depending on your situation we'll go from there. So we'll start off with the trowel, one of obviously the most important tools. This particular trowel is, like we talked about, the 3/8 by 3/8 by 1/4, and this is the trowel that most likely you'll be using. It's this particular one is their premium version, meaning it's like a stainless steel. Now this particular one isn't a complete stainless steel. There is a little bit of rust on it, not a big deal. And if you don't want to spend the money, because this one costs about $14 or somewhere around there, if you don't want to spend that much and you just want to go with a straight simple steel one, they work all right too. And I mean, they're like $7 or something like that. You are using it a lot, so more often than not, I would push to spend a little bit more to get a stainless to last longer, and in the end it does work better just because your hand doesn't get as tired and that sort of thing. Here is a steel trowel as opposed to your stainless. Some of the obvious things are the size, the handle. This is all plastic. This is a rubber base with a plastic underneath, and the rust factor is big. Now if you notice on here, there's no rivets or anything. On here you can see these screws sticking out. Well, actually they're in, but just things like that differentiate, you know, an extra, say, $8 to $10, maybe not even that in some cases. So I would recommend going with the higher end. So that is your trowel that you use to spread mortar. And when I talk about spreading mortar and that kind of thing, we will definitely show you how to do it. So once again, it's not, don't try and figure out everything right now. This is just the tools you need. And so when you go in to buy them, say, you know, I need a 3/8 by 1/4 inch trowel and stainless steel, and you can go from there. So every step I do, everything I talk about, you don't need to know exactly what they do yet. I'll try and give you a quick overview, but we'll just get into what the tools are. So that's the first tool you need. Second one is just a plain old trowel. You can get them smaller. You can get them different shapes. There's another one around that it's pointed. I would definitely go with a straight to start with. This works well for if you're going to be mixing by hand, and we'll talk about the other way for mixing. This is a good tool all around. It's good for scooping and mixing, and I like the longer versions as opposed to the shorter ones just because you can get into the bucket easier and that sort of thing. So this is just a regular tool. I actually found this one at a garage sale and for like $1 or something, and it works great. It's done good for me.